Hello and welcome to another episode of our Every Living Thing podcast, where we talk to people that are doing something that helps every living thing. That means animals, people, or the environment. I'm Melissa from the Alberta SPCA, and back to help us out is our student correspondent, Alexandra. Alexandra, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
And what are we learning about today?
Today we are going to be learning about animal assisted therapy.
Luckily for us, Anne Campbell from Chimo Animal Assisted Therapy is here today with her dog Simon. Welcome to the podcast, Anne and Simon.
Thanks, Anne, for speaking with us today. My first question is, what is animal assisted therapy?
Animal assisted therapy is just what it sounds like. If you're not feeling good, if you're feeling sick, upset, or if you need to learn a new skill, sometimes an animal can come and help you do that. For example, if you're in the hospital and you need some help to do some rehabilitation and you have trouble balancing, sometimes a dog can come and help you balance and help you walk. Or another time, let's say you're a student in school and you're way too anxious and shy to speak in front of people, but you feel very comfortable in talking in front of a dog. And have the dog come with you when you do your presentation in front of the class. You would feel a lot better.
How long have you and Simon been doing animal assisted therapy?
Simon and I have been with Chimo for 1 year now. Simon was certified last January. He had to be over a year old in order to be certified.
Why did you want to do animal assisted therapy?
I started out my life as a teacher. I taught students just your age, and when I used to teach, I used to bring my dogs to class with me, and you'd have them in the classroom. My students loved it. After I stopped teaching, I wanted to make a difference in people's lives with my dogs because I knew how much of a difference they made in my students' lives. So lo and behold, I found animal assisted therapy where I could use my skills as a teacher and knowing how to help people with animals. It's been a great job.
How did you know that your dog would be good at it?
People used to ask me when Simon was a baby if there was something wrong with him. And I'd say, why? And they'd say, because we've never seen a dog this quiet before. Are you sure he's a Labrador Retriever? They're supposed to be running around and very busy dogs. Simon would simply lie there. He does love to run and he does love to play, but he's not a busy dog at all. And in some therapy dogs, we look for quite a calm dog that's not going to get too excited by noises and people around them.
Do animals need to be trained to do animal assisted therapy?
They need to have basic obedience. Your animal needs to have to be able to go to a basic dog school and get his canine good neighbor test. That's the name of the basic obedience test. They have to be able to do certain things so that if you leave their sight, if you ask them to sit and stay for long periods of time, that they will do that because you might be on the other end of the room when they're helping a patient. Also, we do a temperament test on the dog, and a temperament test is where we pretend that we are a busy person and we're making all kinds of noises and we jump up and down and we make loud noises and we do things to startle the dog. If the dog does not get startled, if they remain calm and quiet and sure of themselves throughout the test, then we know we have ourselves a good therapy dog.
Do you use only dogs?
That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. In fact, in the past, we have used miniature horses. Currently, right now, we do not have any miniature horses. However, we also have used cats, and yes, we do have therapy cats. In fact, there's a school in Clyde, Alberta that has one of our dogs and one of our cats going to help out in their grade 1 classroom.
When you use dogs, do you only use certain breeds?
Not at all. We have a 5-pound Yorkie cross and we have a 175-pound Newfoundland. We do not distinguish between breeds. We have all different breeds and sizes because some people relate better to one dog more than another.
What types of places do you volunteer at?
Well, the Chimo dogs go with their handlers to many different places. Some of the places we have been to have been the University of Alberta, NAIT, Grant MacEwan, Camp Firefly, Villa Caritas. There's ELV's program for children. There is a women's domestic abuse shelter that we go to. There is about 3 or 4 elementary schools that we go to. In the past, we have gone to the Glenrose and the Alberta Hospital and many other places.
How can you tell Simon is helping people feel better?
By the looks on their faces. Last week, he had his first client who was a person who needed to see a dog because they were feeling very stressed. And so when she came to the office to have the appointment, she was looking very anxious. After she finished her time with Simon, she looked very calm and happy, and in fact, she sat with him and patted his head the whole time.
Why is Simon wearing a red vest?
The reason that a therapy dog wears a vest is to let people know that he has a job. Normally, when a dog would go into a public building, they would be stopped from entering the building because dogs aren't allowed in public buildings. But the red vest that Simon wears helps everyone to know that he is a therapy dog, and it allows everyone in the building to know that the dog that's there has a job.
That's all my questions for today. Melissa, do you have any questions?
I do have one question. In our podcast, we talk to people that are doing something that helps every living thing. So that means helping animals or helping people or helping the environment. Who or what does your work help?
Wow. Well, it not only helps the people that we help, like the students, the patients, you're helping the people and you're helping the animals. You know, some of our animals are so smart, and a lot of times some of our volunteers come to us and say, I'm so glad that my dog was able to do this because he or she is such a busy, smart dog. They need to have a job. And a lot of our volunteers say the minute the dogs see the red jacket coming out and they put it on, the dog gets really excited and feels like they have a purpose in life.
Thanks to Alexandra and Anne for your time. Often we hear about the work that people do to help animals, and it was great to learn about the different ways that animals can help people. For more information about animal assisted therapy, you can visit Chimo's website at chimoproject.ca. To listen to more of our podcasts, visit everylivingthing.ca/podcasts. Thanks for listening.